Today I'm going to be looking at the new Slayer dungeons. This is a video entirely made for me and my friend to see. If you guys enjoy it, go ahead and give it a like, but I'm going to first check out the Stronghold Slayer Cave since the update of April 27th, 2017. So, right when you run in, you can already tell the cave is really different. Way different. If you head this way, you'll see that there's this little tunnel here. I believe you need 72 agility for it. Pretty positive you do. Let's see. Yeah, I think you need 72 agility for this. And this one takes you up and around to the Aberrant Specters. Wow, this is strange. It's gonna take good use to. There's some Aberrant Specters, there's some Hellhounds. There's the Fire Giants. So, according to the old school page, the only type of monsters in here are Fire Giants, Hellhounds, and then there's Aberrant Specters over here. Then I believe there's also Anku up over here. So basically this is a very low tier Slayer dungeon right off the bat. And also, there's Bloodvelds up here. So, obviously this is a very low tier Slayer dungeon. You know, you can only kill like Bloodveld, Fire Giants, Hellhounds, Aberrant Specters, and Anku. It's a good spot, I'd say, for anyone who's trying to get through Slayer up and has to fight for worlds. You know, it's a much more open area, much more opportunity for people to actually sit here and do their task rather than getting pushed out by a cannoner guy. And this area seems like it'd be a lot harder to cannon in as well. So I feel like that's kind of a plus for some people and a negative for others. But we're going to move on to the next cave. So next we're going to be taking a look at the Chasm of Fire. They actually did add a ferrying in, and it's DJR. I'm pretty sure they replaced the Sinclair Mansion one for this one. I'm sure they did a different one for Sinclair. But let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So it's looking awfully familiar. Let's see, who's that? Just size full of Yama. Okay, so when you come down, there are lesser demons. I actually really enjoy this area. Just like off the bat, this looks like a pretty nice area. Step inside the cage, and then you're surrounded by greater demons. Well, geez. And I believe there's one more level. Oh, okay, yeah. I get it now. There is... Wow, this is actually kind of obnoxious. At the bottom level, there's supposed to be black demons, so let's figure out how to get down there. See if we can. Where are you? Maybe up over here? I gotta get down, so... Right here. Added a new black demon spot, which I feel like is kind of unnecessary, if you think about it. Like, it just doesn't seem like it's a very necessary add, considering we already got the Taverley dungeon extension. But you know, it's still kind of nice. And it's a pretty wide area. Like it's fairly big. I mean, it's a nicely done area. What they did to it looks nice. There's this guy in the middle, Voice of Yama, which I'm sure this has to do with other shit, but it's kind of a nice looking NPC. It's an ox-headed creature that speaks for Yama. What is it? Human speak and begun. Well, he's an asshole. Okay, so let's move on to the Taverley Dungeon expansion. Alright, I should note that the Taverley Dungeon expansion is pretty small compared to the others, but it's worth looking at just based on the fact that it's pretty much the new singular location to kill black dragons for Slayer. I mean, there's others, you know, obviously there's like the one that's at, what is it called? Xanaris, and then there was this area as well, but they've expanded this area, which is quite nice. Hopefully I don't get killed by these dragons. I forgot to bring a potion. Okay, so they did say they expanded this, unless I'm looking at the map run. I might be looking at the map run. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking at the map run. He's gonna hit me with fire. Nope. Okay. What? I must be looking at it wrong. Huh. Was there like some kind of cave or something? That's weird. How strange. Because if you run up this way... Did I miss it? I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit. Nope, didn't get hit. That is strange. It said there was an update. That is very weird. So, it seems that I made a mistake. So, when you come into the Taverley Dungeon, just head north, and you climb these steps. And this is actually pretty nice, because now you don't need to get like a level 80 agility or 70 agility to get to the black dragons. So you're not reduced to doing agility just so you can do a black dragon task efficiently. So yeah, there's a shit ton of black dragons in here. It looks like there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 black dragon spawns, and on the way there's about 1, 2, 3. How many babies there are? There's 3 so far. 4, 5. So it looks like there's 5 baby black dragon spawns. So that's pretty nice. Alright, time to move on to the new Kraken area. So it seems like the Piscatorius teleport is probably the fastest way to get here. There's also a fairy ring. What is it? It might actually be faster. AKQ is the fairy ring, just so you know. And where you want to head is you want to head down in this area right here, where this exclamation point is. So we're going to go ahead and head down there real quick. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the new cavern layout. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so right off the bat, you can tell that there's a shit ton of Kraken spawns, which personally seems a little excessive. They added some water fiends, which is kind of nice. I was kind of concerned what they were going to do with those. Obviously, that's a joke. Sorry, I messed up my sizing there for a second. Hopefully it's fixed. But no, they kind of messed those up. Also, they added a boss crevice, so that's pretty nice. I will admit, though, that this looks much nicer than what we had in the previous Slayer Cave. So that's always a plus. So if you need to kill water fiends or cave krakens, this is the area to go. So, yep. So this next one kind of doesn't make sense to me, just based on the fact that Calphites are like right over here. But they added in a new Calphite Slayer area, which, you know, I guess is okay. It's up over here. It doesn't have the queen in it, obviously, but it does have, you know, all your Calphite needs. It looks exactly the same. You know, they just added it in over here instead of reworking the entire map like they've done with some of the other stuff. So, yeah, if you want to kill Calphites and you don't want to go through the trouble of breeding a rope, this is your spot. So the main reason I'm using this fairy ring at this moment is because they added in this new shortcut that takes you straight to the Metal Dragons, and let's be honest, nobody uses Brimhaven for anything. So it's pretty nice that they added this shortcut in so people could actually access the Metal Dragons easier. Especially, I can appreciate this based on the fact that you get noted metal bars from Metal Dragons. So there should be a guy up here, or a girl. I didn't mean to assume their gender. So tell me about this hole. I'm gonna go down. I could get something out of you. This is my brother's. My brother's got a job guarding the main entrance to caves. I'd be undercutting him if I let people go down this hole. So you have to trade her 5,000 trading sticks. Nice. So now we can climb down this hole. Okay. So, right away, we see we got some bronze dragons over here. There's this dog dedicated area. They remove the wandering dogs from the areas. So that's kind of weird that there's a black demon there. Some black demons here. They're supposed to expand this area, so I need to figure out where that is. So I don't want to sound like an idiot. I mean, it's probably too late, but still. It says west. It might be over here. Yep, this is the new area. Sorry about the confusion when I first started. But yeah, they've expanded the Metal Dragons, which is quite nice, and they're pretty easy to access now, seeing that we can use that new shortcut. And if you have the Elite Diary done, you're going to be pretty happy about this as well. So let's go ahead and move on to the new Slayer dungeon, not Slayer dungeon, the new Slayer Tower dungeon expansion. So, not much has actually changed about the Slayer Tower, other than the fact that they added a new basement level. Right when you enter, you can see there's a ton of blood vodes. This is actually probably a better place to do your blood vode task than in the Neves Cave, but you know, there's always different opportunities. We got some Necreals over here. So far I'm liking the look of this area. Doesn't look terrible. There's some Abyssal Demons here. And some Gargoyles over here, so they've added a lot more spots than they had before, so this is going to be pretty nice for Slayers. So let's go ahead and move on to the Smoke Devil dungeon and where it's at. Okay, so to get to the Smoke Devil area, you can use the fairy ring BKP, and then you want to head northeast. It's south of Castle Wars, as you can already tell. But there's this little cave over here. Don't know if I have to disable the smoke again. Nope, I don't. So if you're worried about them changing the layout of this area and making it harder to stack them, don't worry about that. They actually left the area alone, but they did give it a nice little paint rework, so it looks fairly nice. It looks like they made it a little bit wider, like just a little bit. Or actually, it seems like a lot more than a little bit, but still. And then inside, of course, there's the boss. So yeah, if you like this video and you found it useful, please give it a like, and thanks for watching.